For this GTA Online video, I'll be showing you a really good money method where essentially with some different things across GTA Online that typically have a short cooldown period, you will be able to play them again by doing a very easy trick. What I really like most about this one is it does not include any glitches. How I see this method is essentially is just a different way of viewing the game. For those of you wondering what this method will be, pretty much we will be switching over to a second character, playing some things on this character, and then switching back over to the first character. I have done a video on this in the past using the Clucking Bell farm raid, but in this one I really wanted to take things further. Obviously we did get a new weekly challenge sort of thing with the Darnell Bros Garment Factory, so it'll be really nice to see if that works with this method. Feel free to use the timestamps below for all of the different points. I will also probably do a Cayo Perico heist in this one as well. So yeah, without any further ado, let's dive into the first sort of breakdown and how you guys can do this. So to begin with, I will show you how this really works, and I will tell you the things that I have tested this with. Probably the most important thing that you guys can do is the Clucking Bell farm raid, and the reason that this is so effective is because you guys do not need to spend any money. I do not fully remember if there is some sort of setup fee, but typically these type of setup fees are usually $20,000 or something. So first things first, on your main character you can complete the Clucking Bell farm raid, really just anything that you want to do. Once again, I'm just using the Clucking Bell farm raid as an example. Once that is done, you can then press the pause button, go over to the online tab, go down to swap characters, and then select your second character. If you do not have a secondary character, I would definitely recommend creating one. It does not cost any money or anything. I also believe if you guys have the next gen consoles, you should be able to start off with a little bit of cash anyway. But once on this second character, you will see that the money on your first main character is in fact in the bank here as well. So hopefully you guys are starting to see how good this could be. Pretty much we can spend all of the money across these two characters as long as the money is in the bank, and that is really the big feature that really makes this method, because if this bank thing did not exist where you guys can have your money across both characters, there would be no point in doing this. So now we can just go on our second character, we can do the Clucking Bell farm raid. Pretty much anything we can do on our first character, we want to try and replicate it. So because I did complete the FIB Priority File, which is that new Darnell Bros Garment Factory business, on my first character, I did want to try and do this on the second character. The downside to doing this though is purchasing all of your businesses, but just remember, if you don't want to do that, you can just simply do the Clucking Bell farm raid or save up some more money until you guys can. So in the gameplay here, you will see that I bought the Garment Factory again, and for $2.3 million, it's honestly not a bad purchase, I would say, especially if you do this character method. I believe that you will also need to earn an office to register as a CEO, or alternatively just have a small amount of money so that you guys can register as a VIP. I believe that you will need $50,000 to do that. As long as you guys have that in your bank, you should be absolutely fine. And if you do not have the $50,000, just do a Clucking Bell farm raid and you should be all good. Now with the Garment Factory essentially just being a new business for me on this character, you will see that I got the whole cutscene again, and that is a really important thing to know about these second characters. This will happen in any business that you have not been to. So if I, for example, bought a bunker or something, I would get the whole bunker cutscene again. When that cutscene did eventually finish, you will see on the FIB app or the Darnell Bros app, whichever it is called, I can't do the priority file again here, so I can make that really nice $350,000. And just keep in mind, I have already done this priority file on my first character for the first week of the event and the second week, so now I can also do it again. And if we actually think how much I've made just from this one file alone in the past 2 weeks, it is just under $1 million. Obviously you cannot do that every single week, but this will just allow you to play it twice. After some time of playing through the setup missions, I eventually got around to the FIB Priority File finale. This one is a pretty fun one, honestly. If you guys have not done this yet, you guys will have such a blast playing this one. And then after some more time, I got around to completing this, making that $350,000. So yeah, very straightforward. I'm so happy that we can do this with this method. Another thing that you can also do is the bail office bounty targets. If you guys have the bail office, you can do that daily bounty on one of your characters first, then swap over to the second character and do it again, obviously making you guys a nice amount of money as well. At this point, it is also worth mentioning that on the side of the businesses, this will also work as well, but the only downside to that is that you need to be actively playing on that character to make any money. So that is really the only downside, but then again, you can still have two of them. As long as you guys play on the characters quite equally, you will be able to make some serious cash. This was also confirmed by this comment here. This guy did test it with the acid lab and it said it does work. So yeah, a massive shout out to this guy. I have not tried it with the acid lab yet because the Dax Fooligan jobs setups for the equipment upgrade are really putting me off, I decided to save the best until last. This was of course the Cayo Perico Heist. You will be able to do this exact method with the Cayo Heist, but obviously it will come with some downsides. The main downside is the cost of a Kasatka, and then there is some additional costs, for example what can help you with the setups like the Phantom Wedge and the Sea Sparrow that is placed inside the Kasatka. But if you do manage to get 2 Kasatkas on both characters, you guys will be able to make some really serious money. Now in this heist on my second character first, I got all of the setups done, and in this finale I decided not to go for any secondary loot. I did check the secondary loot before this and it was insanely bad, so I just gave up on it entirely, making this heist a lot faster because of course we did not get any of the loot. And yeah, in total I only made $652,000 in about 5 minutes time. Not too bad, but just remember the Cayo setup fee is $100,000. Either way that you guys look at this, you are still in profit. At this point I decided to switch back over to my first character. This is where one of the important steps comes in. Before you guys do anything, you want to make sure that you transfer the money into your bank. This will just allow you to access this on the first character. So you will see there that I now have the 39 million in my bank, and then after a short loading screen and getting onto my first character, I have all of this money still accessible. I also for some reason before starting this video put 10 million in my hand on my pockets because I thought this was the other way around, but it turns out it is just all to do with the bank account. So yeah, from here I started the Cayo Perico heist. You'll see there is no cooldown or anything. I just paid the $100,000 and begin setting it all up. This time around for the heist I got some really good secondary loot and I managed to make $1.1 million. So yeah, that is 2 heists in about 1 hour's time, maybe just a little bit over 1 hour. And then from there we can also go to the Acid Lab, sell the stock there, all of your different MC businesses and stuff. Yeah, this is a great method. If you guys have the money for it, I would definitely recommend investing in your second character. Get that character set up with some different businesses, especially things like the Dr. Dre contract, obviously the Cayo heist. I think after some time you will be very surprised how fast you can make some cash. And like I said before, even if you guys are extremely down bad on your first character, you can always just do the Clicking Bell Farm raid. You'll make $500,000 on the first character, you can then switch to the second one, make another $500,000 and repeat. Some things that could make this even better is waiting for an event week with some really good bonus money. For example, if we got that Dr. Dre contract with the double money and RP, paying you $2 million each contract, that would be an ideal money method using this one. I mean, making $4 million after doing the switch would genuinely make you guys so much money if you just kept playing it. Have you guys done this method before? Make sure that you leave a comment below. I usually do this method every now and again to keep my money up, especially after some DLC updates with some of the various expensive vehicles and businesses. Hopefully you guys can do this and make a lot of cash. But as usual guys, if you went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in some way, shape or form, make sure to leave a like. I always appreciate your support. And if you are new here and like what you see, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video. Finally guys, stay safe, have a great new year, and thanks for watching.